Hi everybody, Rich Gaines here with Business Growth by Design. Welcome to Rich Tip Tuesday. I help business owners make money without actually having to make more money. What could be better than that? I want to share some thoughts about a question that keeps coming up, which is the S corporation and why it's beneficial. When people have a business and they operate just by themselves, we call that a sole proprietorship, they pay what's called a self-employment tax on any net profit. Net profit is what's left over after you look at all the income that you make and all the expenses that you take for your business. What's left over is your net profit. That net profit on a sole proprietorship is subject to a 15% self-employment tax. Essentially, I call those the payroll taxes. They're really the same thing. If you were an employee, you would have money taken out of your paycheck for the Social Security and Medicare taxes, and the employer would match that. That's equal to about 15%. You, as the business owner, get the privilege of paying both of these taxes, not only you as an employer, but also you as an employee. The benefit of the S corporation is that your net profit is not subject to self-employment taxes, so you don't have to pay that extra tax. Now, some of the questions that I've been asked are, number one, what about Social Security? Do you lose Social Security when you do the S corporation and you don't pay yourself a salary? The answer is yes. You will not get Social Security added to your total benefit, which accumulates over time and gives you a certain amount of money by the time that you decide to take Social Security. So depending upon your age, depending upon the amount of money you're making, this is an additional factor to take into account. Remember though, you're saving 15% every single year in your taxes. You could take that money, you could invest it, you could put it away into a retirement account, and you can set yourself up for the future so that you don't have to rely strictly on Social Security. The second question that I get asked is, well, I've heard that you have to pay yourself a salary from an S corporation. Technically, that is true. The law says, and the case law supports this, that you are required to pay yourself reasonable compensation for operating as a corporation. Now, of course, the question becomes, what is reasonable compensation? For business owners that aren't making a lot of money, the answer is they would never hire somebody to act as a manager of the business and pay themselves a reasonable compensation. My dividing line for moving from a sole proprietor to an S corporation is approximately $40,000 to $50,000 of net profit, and my rule of thumb for when you start paying yourself salary is when your net profit moves into the $80,000 to $90,000 range. If you're making $80,000 to $90,000, then you can afford to pay yourself $20,000 to $30,000 of salary, which would then have Social Security withholding. You would be subject to those payroll taxes, but at least you won't be in violation of the rules. The rule of thumb is roughly 1/3 of what you make, until you start getting into the higher numbers, the $400,000, $500,000. Then we have to take a look at other factors. There's maximums on those Social Security amounts. This is one of the questions that comes up a lot, so I want to be clear that what the law provides, and then there's the practical aspect. I have never seen an audit yet on anyone where they're taking small compensation relative to the amount of the money that they make. That, of course, doesn't change what the law provides, and if an examination were to occur, the IRS certainly could come in and say you didn't pay yourself enough reasonable compensation. That's the tip for today. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at rich@businessgrowthbydesign.com. That's rich@businessgrowthbydesign.com. I want to share with you a program that I've started, and it's a fantastic program. It's called Guidance on Demand. This program is an opportunity for a lot of people that just like to do things themselves, but they need assistance. They need help, they need advice, they need some direction, they need some guidance, and all of these things are the things that I do in this program. There's a certain number of hours that I provide, and I also include a tax return as part of the program. This is a terrific program for people that just need some additional help. Feel free to email me for more information. That's the tip for today. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.